Hi guys, I have been playing Crown Champions Legends of the Arena for quite some time and loving it. The game was released almost a decade ago on the 21st of October 2016. I was able to get the game for free, and it's currently selling at $4.99 on Steam. I'll be happy to share some tips that can hopefully help you enjoy the game. The first tip that I'd like everyone to know is that you can do a right click anytime on the screen, and you will be able to pull up a menu that lets you remove equipment from your fighters. I discovered this by accident a few tournaments after I had my bear fight unarmed. And of course, he lost. The other tip is that you cannot delete save files, so you have to go to the game folder and manually delete the files. If you haven't made changes to the Steam folder, the save file can be found by going to your C drive, program files, Steam, Steam apps, common. You'd then be able to see the Crown Champions folder and then www and finally save. At the start of the game, your estate is a mess. The very first improvement you have to go for is the infirmary. This lets you hire a doctor. Fighters get injured during fights, but when you have a doctor employed, your team gets to heal 30% of their HP after every round. The next building to improve is the library so you can hire a scribe. With a scribe present, you'll be able to purchase books that will improve the performance of your employees. The best example is buying a book that will allow your doctor to heal a fighter's HP by 50% after they fight. You start with only two fighters, and a tournament has 3 rounds. This means that one fighter has to fight twice if you choose to alternate. Giving your doctor the book makes it possible for your fighter to recover their full HP if they incur damage that's less than 50% of their HP. Be sure to hire a trainer next. Having a trainer lets your fighters get better as they earn experience points when there's a trainer present. The trainer can give experience points to the whole group or focus on a single fighter. If you have a fighter who's lagging behind, you can tell your trainer to concentrate their effort on that single fighter. The seller from the town only sells basic weapons and armor, so the next facility to focus on is the smithy. Once the smithy gets rebuilt, it's up to you if you will hire a weaponsmith first or an armorer. I hired a weaponsmith first, but now that I've thought about it, I should have hired an armorer first. Make sure to buy them the books they need. Upgrading the mess hall should be next. When you hire a cook, warm meals become available, so this improves the morale of your fighters. Another way to improve morale is to not hold off on building a bath. This lets you hire um, full time entertainers. You can reward fighters who won a tournament or fighters who are really in a bad mood because they sustained injuries and have to stay in the infirmary. Your entertainment specialist can improve your fighter's stats because they can provide dancing lessons. Make sure that a fighter is always being trained. One thing that I wish I had done at the very beginning of my playthrough was to ask my fighters if they'd want to have a gift. Sometimes they don't need anything, but when they do, the gift only costs 50 gold. The request sometimes involves donating to a local church, sending a message to family, or getting a full course meal. Another good way to spend your money is through investments. Once you give Matilda the book about investments, she will be able to set aside funds that will help your estate earn more money. It comes in increments of 100, 500, 1,000, and 5,000 gold. Not sure if there's anything higher, as I've only seen 5,000. Staying on the topic of earning money, upgrading the stable and giving the required book to the stable manager enables you to purchase horses. The horses you buy get to enter races. It's a bit random, though, and at the time this video gets published, I only have two horses. The most I've earned is 250 gold, and races don't happen every week. This is just speculation, but maybe if you get to own the maximum, which is 4 horses, you get to enter races every week and generate more income. And a good way not to disrupt your normal operations is to save enough money to cover the current week's budget. Your house gets invited to the Royal Tournament, but there is a qualifier event. You don't get to earn any prize money even if you win, so if you enter the tournament and you're on a deficit, it will result in bankruptcy. This means that one of your employees gets to quit. On the two successive occasions that I entered the next week bankrupt, the scribe was the first one to quit, followed by the cook. And finally, I tried holding off on getting a wife because I thought that there was a chance to be with the Countess, but I guess I'll find out on my next playthrough. If you opt to get a wife, she will provide benefits to the estate. I married a mercenary, and she trains my fighters and gives a huge experience point boost, not every week, but every now and then. She may have added to the upkeep, but I didn't check. I'll give an update next time. Have a great day, everyone.